installation processes. I've lost the mouse. Okay, so what are they? Alternative installation processes are the different methods in which a new system may be installed. During the installation of a new system, a changeover will occur where the old system will be retired or made redundant and the new one will take over. And there are four main types of changeovers: parallel, direct, pilot, and phased. So the first one we're going to look into is parallel. So parallel changeover is when both the new system and the old system are run at the same time for a short period of time. This method is very popular and there's a low risk associated with it, as you're running both systems side by side. So if a problem does occur, you're able to retrieve or use the old system to help rectify the problem in the new system. So the advantages associated with this is that it allows for systems to be run side by side and ensure that there are no errors. As I mentioned before, there's a low risk factor, as since you're running them both side by side, the chance of losing data is quite low. If an error does occur, the user can use the old system as an aid and to help rectify the problem. And this also allows for training of staff members in an organization and thus allows them to be more familiar with the new system. However, it's very expensive to implement as you're running both systems side by side, so that includes a lot of usage of electricity, and that thus increases the fixed costs of the company. It decreases productivity as it would allow the users would now have to use systems to complete certain tasks when they could easily use one, therefore making it non-efficient. So the next changeover is a direct changeover. A direct changeover can be very risky to pursue, as the organization plugs into the new system and then unplugs the old system simultaneously. Once they've decided to use the method and have prepared all the necessary procedures, the changeover then begins. So the advantages associated with it: if it's not critical, then it's preferred. Like if you have a lot of time to go through with the changeover, then it's preferred because it's quite quick, and it's the quickest method of changeover. It can be used directly after the system is installed. It's also one of the cheapest methods because you're not running two systems side by side, and you're not using as much electricity, and there's a lower chance of the system being faulty, as when the new system is checked and it's gone through testings to make sure that it's not faulty. However, the staff will have to be trained, just like all of the methods of changeover. Staff will have to be trained. The data from the old system will have to be uploaded to the new system's database before it's ready to be used, and there is a chance of data being lost very quickly. So the next method is the pilot changeover. A pilot changeover is typically used in large organizations which have multiple sites. The changeover is initially conducted in one site and is then extended to other locations over a period of time. So the advantages are that it's a cheaper method. Again, you're just testing it out in one area first, and you're not running the system side by side, or you're not moving from one system to another, like in a phase changeover, which we'll get to later. The implementation of a new system is on a smaller scale, so that makes it more manageable. And so if there is a problem, you're able to get to the source of the problem quicker. And training can be done gradually. You don't have to get people and make them go through the training of the system all at once. So, however, the system will take longer to implement because you're initially implementing it in one location and then gradually moving it out forwards. And again, just like the direct changeover, there's a possibility to lose data. And the last method of changeover is a phase changeover. It's the process of converting from one module of a system at a time to the new system, and it results in multiple different parts of the system converting at different times. So, for a phase changeover, the training can be done in stages. It's easy to find errors as you're moving from one module at a time. So if there is an error in one module, you can sort it out first before they move to the next. And if part of the system failed, the new system failed, the old system can still be accessed. if it's not the one that's already been changed. As other disadvantages, again, just like in parallel, it's more expensive because it's going to take longer for you to move from one module to the other. So again, you're using more electricity. So that's going to increase your fixed costs of the company. It takes a long time to implement the new system because you're moving from one module to another, and it's suitable for parts systems, which can be split into parts and not all systems.